Our today's topic is the Crimean War from 1853 to 56. This war was known as one of the most pointless wars in human history. In 1853, the Ottoman Empire declared war on the Russian Empire. The immediate reason of this war was that Nicholas I of Russia was the legal protector of the Christians residing inside the Ottoman Empire. Napoleon III of France wanted this position, and Abulmejid I of the Ottomans agreed to give Napoleon III this position. This was unacceptable to Nicholas I, so he sent the Russian armies into the Danubian principalities of the Ottomans, namely Moldavia and Wallachia, to protect the Christians living there. This made the Ottoman Sultan Abulmejid I declare war against the Russians. Reaction of the great powers. Mainly, this war was not something the great powers wanted. Britain. The British did not want the Ottomans to lose and Russia to gain too much. The French wanted to leave the memories of the Napoleonic Wars and recover their international prestige. The Austrians had been on good terms with the Russians because the Russians had helped them put down the Hungarian Revolution in 1848. But they were concerned with Russia's growing influence in the Balkans, especially among the Slavic and Orthodox populations. The Prussians, however, simply opted for neutrality. Course of the war. On November 30, 1853, the Russian Navy under Admiral Pavel Nakhimov won a naval victory against the Ottoman Navy at Sinop under Osman Pasha. Osman Pasha was taken as a prisoner of war. By 1854, Britain and France were concerned that Russia would win, so they sent an ultimatum to Russia, asking them to withdraw their forces or risk an Anglo-French intervention. The Russians declined, making France and Britain join the war. In the same year, that is 1854, the Russians had to withdraw from Moldavia and Wallachia, which were occupied by the Austrians. The major anti-Russian offensive began in September 1854 with the Allies landing in Kalamata Bay, wanting to move south and capture the fortress of Sevastopol. The Russian forces met them at the Battle of Alba on 20 September 1854. The Russians were pushed back and defeated. One of the main reasons of their defeat was that the Allies were equipped with muskets, which had a range of 500 meters, compared to a 200-meter range of Russian rifles. After the victory at Alba, the Allies pushed south and encircled Sevastopol. The Russians attacked the Allied forces many times, the most famous being their attempt to recapture Balaclava to break the siege of Sevastopol. The battle saw the charge of the Light Brigade and a complete slaughter of the British cavalry. In 1855, Sardinia-Piedmont joined the Allied forces, mainly so that they could discuss Italian reunification with England and France in a good light. They sent many thousand troops, known as Bersaglieri, to Crimea. In the same year, Britain and France started attacking Russian ships in the Baltic to disrupt their shipping and trade, and also to prevent many troops from going south to the Crimean Peninsula. Moreover, in 1855, Tsar Nicholas I died, leaving his son Alexander II on the throne, who sought to continue the war to victory. This made the Russian troops try several more times to relieve Sevastopol. They also tried to invade the Ottomans via the Caucasus, but all these attempts failed. In September 1855, Sevastopol fell, and the Russians agreed for peace in earlier 1856. Note: Florence Nightingale was a nurse who was instrumental in reforming the medical practices in the military. She also demanded many improvements in those fields. The war ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1856. 1. All sides were to give back all territories to the countries they occupied it from, except some regions of the north of Tulsia, which the Ottomans would annex from Russia. The Russian Tsar would no longer be the protector of the Christians within the Ottoman Empire. The Black Sea was to remain demilitarized and the Allied Islands were to remain demilitarized. Casualties: Russia 450,000 and 125. Ottoman Empire 45,400. France 135,485. Britain 40,462. Tunisian reinforcements from the Husseinid dynasty 4,000. Sardinia Piedmont 2166. Death from disease are included in this casualty list. This war was one of the first wars photographed and reported extensively. Thanks to the new inventions like the telegraph, the public could be informed in detail about the war developments in a matter of time. On the Allied side, reporters like William Howard Russell acted as the first modern war correspondents. They detailed the reports on slaughter and the insanity of the war, did much in the end to turn the public towards pacifism. Meanwhile, in Russia, a young, until then unknown, army officer won fame for his honest, realistic, and literary chronicles about the siege of Sevastopol, which he fought in. After having served in the previous years as a soldier in the Caucasus, the honor of the war did much to turn him into a lifelong pacifist. Shortly after, he retired from the army to focus on writing. The name of this aspiring writer was Leo Tolstoy. Effects of the war. The need of reforms within the Russian Empire was understood. The Ottomans recovered their former prestige and slowed their decline. The Allied Islands remain demilitarized to this day. Russia had to sell Alaska to the USA to repay its war debt. Russian relations with Austria soured, which became a cause for World War I. The British considered the war an embarrassing victory and acknowledged the need for reforms. The French got back their old prestige and they considered their army the greatest in Europe. Nothing went wrong for them till the Franco-Prussian War, coming soon. Thanks for watching. Video and notes by UrTutor.